When it comes to working in the blue collar trades, there are a lot of misconceptions that people have against blue collar workers. Today's video, I want to go over 10 common misconceptions that people have about the blue collar trade craftsmen that build this country. Now, some of these misconceptions, they might be kind of true, but for the most part in this video, I want to debunk how most of these misconceptions are not true at all, and it's just ignorant thinking. With that being said, the first misconception, and I think is probably one of the most common misconceptions, is they're uneducated or not smart. People often assume tradespeople lack intelligence or education. In reality, blue collar work takes serious knowledge, electrical theory, mechanical systems, safety codes, math, real world problem solving that rivals any degree. Some of the most intelligent people I know come from the blue collar world. Some of my uncles, relatives, cousins, just people I know personally are seriously the smartest people, the most intelligent people that I know. You can literally just tell them you want something built, whether that be wood or metal, and whatever the case may be, give them an image and they can build it with their hands out of thin air. So to think that blue collar people are uneducated or not smart is just stupid thinking. I mean, some of us, maybe we're not the sharpest tool in the shed, but at least a lot of us have common sense, common knowledge, and I would say it's a pretty low ball to call most blue collar people uneducated or not smart. The second misconception is they settled for less. There's this idea that blue collar workers are only in the trades because they couldn't do anything else. Truth is, a lot of them chose their path intentionally for the freedom, the pride in real work, the satisfaction of building something tangible, the fulfillment, the purpose. Yes, a lot of us, could have I gone to college? Could have I been an engineer? 100%. Did I want to? No way. So did I settle for less to become a lineman? And work in a trade that is so important for keeping the everyday infrastructure that we rely on going? I don't think so. I don't think I settled for less, right? And I think most other tradespeople that work in any trade, plumbers, HVAC, electricians, pipe fitters, iron workers, I would guarantee that they would say the same thing. They did not settle for less. They chose this career. They chose this trade. They chose this because this is something that they felt was the right path for them. Misconception number 3, they don't make good money. The stereotype is that trades equals low pay, but linemen, welders, plumbers, many other skilled trade workers make six figures, especially with overtime, per diem, and travel. Most come out of training with no student debt. They come out of apprenticeships with no student debt. And that's the great thing about apprenticeships. I made this TikTok, by the way, for those of you who don't follow me on TikTok, you guys should. It's at bluecollar.edu. I'll have a link in the description. Posted a video about talking about money in the trades. And the comment section is flooded with people saying, I made $150,000 in 8 months. I haven't made less than $100,000 in the last 10 years. I make over $200,000 every single year and only working 10 months. So the narrative that blue collar people don't make good money or a lot of money, false. Misconception number 4, it's all grunt work. People think it's all about the muscle, but trades are often demand more brain power, reading blueprints, troubleshooting systems, making safety calls in split seconds. There's constant critical thinking involved. So to think that it's all just back-breaking labor, hard work, sure, there are trades that are obviously probably more physically demanding than others. But in today's day and age, we have equipment. Like we have bulldozers, we have excavators, we have backhoes, we have these trucks that do a lot of the hard work that maybe 20 years ago they had to do, but not today. The trades really aren't that back-breaking. A lot of the times it does take more mental power thinking, I got to work a 12 or 14-hour shift. That's harder on the brain just trying to stay awake or to be productive for 14 hours out of a day or do a night shift. That stuff may not be physically hard, right? It's just, it can take a toll, on your mental capability. But it's not all grunt work. So If you're looking into the trades, don't think that you're going to be digging ditches for 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. Misconception number 5 is they're stuck in that role forever. Many think there's no growth in the trades, but tradespeople can become foremen, superintendents, inspectors, safety coordinators, business owners, you name it. The ladder is there. It just looks different than in an office. So I know plenty of linemen who've gone through that rank system of groundman to apprentice to journeyman to foreman to general foreman to supervisor to area director of construction for many states. They go from making $100,000 a year to $500,000 a year because now they are a massive part of the company and they are responsible for the day-to-day operations for that company in many different states. So to think that you can't move up, to think that you're just stuck in one position or one role for your whole career, false, ignorant thinking. That's not true. You can climb that ladder of success in the trades as well. Misconception number 6 is they're all rough and dirty. The image of the loud, greasy, chain-smoking labor still hangs around. Sure, it gets dirty sometimes, but a lot of blue-collar workers take pride in professionalism, cleanliness, and being sharp. The roughneck stereotype doesn't define the trade or everyone that works in the trades. I mean, look at me. I'm a pretty clean-cut individual, right? Like, I don't go out and party. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. Like I don't chain smoke. Maybe I pop in a Zen here or there, but like, no, not all people that work in blue collar, construction, oil fields, wherever, are just this dirty, roughneck individuals. A lot of people have families. They go to work. They do their 10-hour shift. They come home. They hang out with their wife, with their kids. They get cleaned up. They go to church. Not everyone is that down and dirty, down to party, serious drinking, doing whatever. So that's not how it is everywhere. Maybe it's 50-50. I don't know what that number looks like. Misconception number 7. They're too old to be doing that kind of work, or I'm too old to get into the trades. People are quick to question older tradespeople, but experience is gold in the trades. A 50-year-old lineman, welder, or mechanic can often outwork and outthink someone half their age. Age doesn't mean washed up. Age means they are seasoned. The other side of the coin is if you are that 30, 40-year-old and you want to get into a skilled trade, build a career as a lineman or an ironworker or a welder of some sorts, that opportunity is for you. You're not too old, right? So if you think you can do the physical labor involved with that trade or the mental thinking of taking tests, doing the homework that's required for it in an apprenticeship, and if you think you can do those things, which you probably can, then you're not too old. So the misconception that people are too old to be working in the trades or you're too old, most likely false. Misconception number 8. They must have messed up somewhere. There's this subtle judgment that blue collar equals you didn't make the right choices. But a lot of tradespeople make more than professionals and are living life on their terms. Traveling, buying land, raising families, loving what they do. So to think that, I messed up somewhere because I became a lineman, where did that thinking come from? I think it's the other way around. Like, I think I did really good because I became a lineman. And I think for all tradespeople, it's the same way. Most people, they didn't just mess up and now I have to do concrete or now I have to be a pipe fitter. Like, I don't really think that's how it works. I bet 99% of people, they chose this career. They chose that trade. They chose to do that. So leading me into misconception number 9 is they're all replaceable. Because it's hands-on work, some people treat it like it's easily replaceable. But when a storm hits or infrastructure breaks, it's blue-collar workers who are there to keep the lights on, water flowing, roads open, and systems running. To think that we can just be replaced by AI or technology just like this, we're not that replaceable. Now, as time goes on, are we replaceable? Sure. But when a storm hits, we all know when a hurricane hits or a big ice storm or snowstorm hits, who's there to get the lights back on? Who's there to fix your plumbing? Who's there to fix the electrical in your house? Who's there to take the tree off your house? Who's there to keep your society, your community up and running and getting it back to how it was before. Tradespeople, to think that we're easily replaceable, I don't even know where that thinking comes from. Misconception number 10, anyone can do it. Many underestimate how much skill is involved. Blue collar work isn't just labor. It takes years of training, field time, certifications, and constant learning to become a pro, and not everyone is built for it. And honestly, that's just reality. Not everyone is built for the trades. That's okay. But to think that anyone can just do it, if I go to the grocery store and I go grab Joe and I'm like, hey, Joe, come build power lines with me, he's going to have no idea. Think that Joe can just come be a lineman is false thinking. That's ignorant thinking. That's just not true. Now, can Joe do it? Sure, Joe can do it, but Joe needs the proper training. Joe needs to go through an apprenticeship. Joe needs to get the certifications and to be constantly learning and have some common sense. So to think that anyone could do the trades, it ain't true. You know what I mean? Like it's just not true. Not everyone is built for this, and not everyone can do the trades. Not everyone can do the 3:30 in the morning wake ups. Not everyone can work from sun up to sundown. Not everyone can work 7 days a week, or nor does anyone. Not everyone wants to. So to think that anyone can do it or anyone wants to do it, it's just not true, and that's just reality. Hopefully, you guys can learn from this video the 10 most common misconceptions that people have about blue collar workers. If you guys have heard things, or if you have a misconception or a perspective that people think about blue collar workers, put them in the comments down below. I'd be curious to hear what you guys have to say. With Blue Collar EDU, I'm here to expose, teach, educate you guys about blue collar career opportunities, how to get started in a skilled trade. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.